Well, it is Tuesday, the 28th of February. It's been sunny here this morning, so I didn't walk, but I just got out. Clouds rolled in. Gonna walk here the rest of the day, and just knocked on the door. Been driving around. There's this cut bean field here. I've been seeing deer in the evenings, so I stopped in, and older lady lives up here in the house behind me, and she gave me permission. She goes, my boys like to look for them, but they already looked this year. And I said, well, is it all right if I walk and see if they missed any? And she goes, yep, good luck. You're not gonna find anything. And sure enough, I am 100 yards from the house, and I just walked down here and I just found a fresh antler. So we're on the board. Work this property ain't gonna take me very long, but like I said, there's been a decent amount of deer coming out in this field, so hopefully I can find some more. But let's go pick up the first one of the day. Fresh one. Not a bad start. Either they walked it a while ago and this one dropped since, or she was blowing smoke and they're not walking. So either way, it's a good start. Made it worth knocking on the door anyway. We're on the board with a nice 4-point right out of the gate. So we'll keep walking here and see if we can find any more. I was just working down the edge of these pines off the edge of this bean field, and I just found another one. It's buried in pine needles, which tells me it's from last year or older, but it also tells me that these guys haven't looked, because I have a hard time believing they would have missed this one. Flip this around. Last year's antler. Solid 4-point though. Pretty good condition. A little chew on the end of the brow, a little bit on the ends of the tines, but only been out here for 20 minutes. I got 2 antlers. Both of them are pretty solid. One's old, one's fresh. Keep on going, see what else we can come up with in here. I went like 5 yards after picking that last one up. Just found another one. This one's fresh. Little one laying right here in the pines. I didn't bring my backpack on this walk because, to be honest, I didn't think I'd find a whole lot. I thought maybe 1 or 2, but I haven't walked very far and I found 3, so I guess that's a good problem to have. Flip her around. Another fresh one. Just a little guy. Kind of goofy, but fresh antler. So far it's been a good stop here. Always pays to knock on doors. Even on properties you don't think are gonna be that great. You just never know what you're gonna find. We got 3, and hopefully we can find more. Well, I spoke too soon about the sun. She's out. Haven't found an antler since it popped out. See, I'm a little over halfway. Kind of working up this ditch, crossing the creek, and bringing it back. I found those 3 fairly quick. There's been sign the whole way, more so down where I started than where I'm at now. I'm gonna keep working up to this road and then jump the ditch. I don't know what that is. It's interesting. But we'll see what happens here the rest of the way. The sun's making it hard. Hopefully it clouds back up. See what else we can find on this piece. I'm just working back up the fence line that I came down to start, and didn't pick anything up after those first three. Kind of surprised me, but anyway, still a really good pit stop for me. Knock on the door and pick up 3 antlers and tracked about 2.5 miles, so not bad at all. Heading back. Actually got a couple other spots that I've asked permission on to hit here this week. Might be able to get into one this afternoon, and hopefully we can keep picking them up. Well, I've relocated on a different piece now. I haven't walked this piece in a few years, but there's been a decent amount of deer out in this bean field behind me in the evenings when I drive by, so figured give it a shot. Last time I walked it, actually, damn, I thought I had one. Last time I walked it, I actually did pick a couple antlers up in here, but like I said, that was a few years ago. Typically I don't see a lot of deer out in this area, but for whatever reason they're out here this year. So we'll do a quick rip. It's pretty much a wooded ditch, and then I'll be walking a fence line and a couple of waterways. And who knows? Sometimes it's these goofy spots that surprise you. We'll see what happens. I just switched properties, actually same owner, just across the road, and over here it's kind of the same thing, waterways, couple ponds, and cut corn all the way around it. So I'm just hitting all these waterways, and haven't been in here too long, and I just found one. It's old, laying in the grass back here behind me, but we'll pull it out. Nothing too crazy. Little 4-point G3's busted off of it, but they all count. Number 4 for the day. These waterways are pretty grown up. They're hard to see in, but there are areas like right here over my shoulder where it's more beat down, and that's kind of the areas that I'm jumping back and forth to, hoping that there's easy one laying out in there. Obviously I got a chance of finding them in the longer grass, but you almost got to step on them. But anyway, we're gonna keep working this. Got about an hour and a half until dark. See what else we can get into. Check out this rub. He's catching this tree behind it when he's working this big sucker. I mean, that's a big tree. See another one right back here. I've been cutting some big tracks in here. Still haven't been able to find his antlers though. Running out of time. A couple more spots to check. Starting to run out of time here, but I just come up out of there. There's just a little block of timber here, and surrounded by that cut corn. I got one more waterway I wanted to hit, and right when I come out of the timber, there's an antler laying right here. Kind of looks like it might be old. It's hard to tell. It's tines down. Ain't very big, but it's probably gonna be a capper on the day. Like I said, just got one more waterway to hit, but I'll take it. Nice. It is fresh. I was wrong. It's a fresh one. I didn't think it was, just because I'm literally right on a four-wheeler trail. And I was surprised that they'd missed it when they drove through here, but it's a fresh one. Got two on this walk, one old, one fresh. One waterway left to hit, and then it is gonna be dark on me, I think. So see if we can get one more. I think the smile on my face lets you know what just happened. I just found a good 4-point, and what makes it even sweeter is I've got this deer on camera. I actually hunt a farm down this road, probably a mile and a half from here, and I've had pictures of this deer for the last 3 years. I call him Verizon because he's so tall. I don't know if you can see it over my shoulder there, but it's a freaking beast of a 4-point. Oh man, it's been a grind this afternoon. Had a couple of hot spots, got into them, and then it shut right back down. And I've been walking a lot. We just finally picked up a big one, and it's one that I know the deer very well. Let's get it. Look at that deer. This huge G2 and G3. That's Verizon. Man, I'm excited about this one. What a deer. I don't have a ton of pictures of this deer, but I got enough to know that he's around during the fall. And I got an outside chance at hunting him. So those antlers are obviously a little more special, but unreal. The sun just went over the horizon back here behind me, and I'm running out of time for the day. And I'm literally on the last water run, but now I might have to spend a little more time around here tomorrow, see if I can match him up. What a cool deer, just towering tines. I think he's gonna be 5 or 6 next year, so pretty exciting. We're gonna keep walking. Well, that's gonna be a wrap for the day. Ended it right. Picked up that big 4-point side. 3 antlers on this walk, 6 on the day. There's a couple little, can't even really call them blocks of timber, but they're just kind of clusters. See right here behind me, just real thick stuff. It's not much, and I would have loved to ran through there right now, but it's getting a little too dark, so probably come back here next couple of days. Hopefully we get some clouds and I can see in there, because there's a decent chance that the match might be in that timber, or brush, if you will. If it ain't in there, it's probably lost cause, because everything surrounding where I picked it up is cut corn, like 200-300 acres of cut corn, and I'm not gonna search and cut corn, especially that much. So gonna head her back to the truck and regroup and hope for some clouds here the next couple of days and get back after it. Well, it's Wednesday. It's about 10 o'clock. I haven't got out till now. I didn't want to go this morning. It's full sun all day, and I didn't want to deal with the rising sun this morning, so I waited for it to get up high. Not that that's a whole lot better, but it is a little better. And came back into the spot where I found that big 4-point last night off a buck I call Verizon. I don't have a ton to cover in here, but I think if I can't find it in these couple of pockets of brush, I'll probably try to cover about 100 to 200 yard radius around where I found it out in the cut corn. I normally don't look in the cut corn, but I feel like I got to give it at least a shot. It's gonna be tough, but hopefully it's in one of these brush pockets, and we can scoop it up here. And that's really all I got planned for right now. I might knock on some more doors today. I've got a couple properties I want to hit tomorrow when it's cloudy, but with the sun being out today, I don't really want to get into what I think are supposed to be some of my good spots. So we'll see. Maybe we can match them up today. This was the pocket of brush I was gonna walk last night, but it got too dark, you couldn't see in here. But with the sun, it ain't a whole lot better today. Hoping for a little luck. This antler, I would love to find it, because it's a buck I could potentially be hunting in the future. And those ones always mean a little more. Well, I haven't been in here terribly long. I just found an antler, first one of the day. It's small, looks old. Cool young buck. Pretty cool brow tine on it. But first antler of the day. It's an old one, but pretty cool. Has a big old brow tine on it. It's in pretty good shape. It's been gnawed on a little bit, but for the most part, everything's still intact. It's really hard looking in here with the sun out, but I ain't got a whole lot of other spots I want to hit on a sunny day, so I'm gonna spend some time in here and see what I can come up with. I'd love to match that deer up. That is a Magnum spike. Well, I've pretty much covered all the brush and wooded stuff, and that only leaves me with cut corn now. I found that antler in that waterway right over there last night, and it's just surrounded by cut corn. So I think what I'm gonna do is just kind of work 100, 200 yard radius around where I picked it up. Maybe I'll get lucky. Cut corn's tough. It's really tough. But the sun, if I can keep the sun to the south of me and look north, I feel like I have a chance. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just work through this stuff real slow and see what happens. I feel like I covered everything else fairly well, given the conditions. See what happens here. I'm not gonna lie to you, I am losing my mind out here in this corn already. I'm averaging like 0.8 miles per hour right now. That's how slow I'm going. I've just been kind of keeping the sun at my back the best I can and walking and trying to cover, 75 yards down each row and one row at a time, look from my feet all the way to as far as I can, and then step into the next one. I'd say I've covered about a third of what I want to, but man, it's tough. Your freaking eyes start going crazy out here. But if there's any chance of matching this antler up, it's probably within a couple hundred yards of where I picked up the other one. Otherwise, I think she's gonna be a goner. But you never know, could find it 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, laying in the grass, bleached out. That's shed hunting. Well, I'll keep going and trying to keep my composure. So right here's where I picked up the side last night. I've already covered all this cut corn to the top of this ridge, all the way to there. Pretty much what I have left that I want to cover is I'm going to walk this ridge with the sun at my back, looking back this way, and cover all this corn up to where I stopped up there. And that'll pretty much be my last effort to try to find this match. I hate cut corn, but I'm gonna give her one more shot, loop this ridge and see what happens. Well, that's gonna be a wrap on this spot. I was in here for probably another 2.5 hours this morning. Just shy of 2.7 miles. Can't say it was a complete waste of time. I found the one old shed in here, but failed to match up that 4 from last night. It's probably laying out here in the cut corn somewhere, but at least I gave her a good shot. Feel a little better at least when you try. So I'm gonna head out of here, get a bite to eat, get back out here this afternoon and keep walking. I'm just getting back out here. Took a break there to eat some lunch, and I'm back out walking for hopefully the rest of the day. Still sunny, so I'm gonna stick out, try to stay out of the timber and walk open areas. So I'm back on a property that has it's a cut corn field, similar to like I was in this morning. And then there's a pond kind of back here, and a bunch of waterways that kind of branch off of it, surrounded by cut corn. So I've never really done well in here, but I've found antlers out here in the past, so I figured it was worth a shot, especially on a sunny day when I don't want to hit any of my other good stuff. So gonna see what we can turn up this afternoon. I don't know, I wasn't even really planning on shed hunting this piece, but got a weird feeling, so I'm gonna do it. See what we can find. I'm on a hell of a dry spell. It's 10 after 3. I haven't picked an antler up since about 10 after 10 this morning. I did stop for lunch, but other than that, I've been walking. Can't find them. Sun sucks, but still thought I'd stumble on something out here. Probably a little over halfway through this piece. Kind of turning the corner on my way back now, but still working untouched ground. I'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky here. I'm due. Well, that's gonna be a wrap on this piece. Got skunked in here. I wasn't overly optimistic, but I thought there was a outside chance of finding something. Wasn't the case. But I'm gonna head out. I got a couple other spots that I've never been to. Landowners that have given me permission, and they've got different pieces scattered around. And I got a couple of those pieces mapped on Onyx. I just never got to them. So I'm gonna go drive around and see what those look like from the road. Not sure if they're gonna be worth walking or not. Otherwise, Might knock on some doors if I don't end up walking them. I still got probably 2 hours, 2.5 until dark, and I'd like to find at least one more antler today. We'll see. Well, I spent the last couple hours driving around, knocking on doors. Got permission on a piece here. It is literally a brushy draw that runs up in this cut cornfield. I have no idea if there's deer hitting it or not. It's just one of those spots that could be good. So, and it's spots like this that you usually have pretty good luck getting permission on versus big farms. So I'm gonna rip up through this waterway. I got about an hour till dark, and we'll see if we can turn something up. It looks like this ditch runs all the way to the north end of the property, and then I'll probably end up just walking the fence line back. Maybe I'll find something on the fence on the way out, but here we go. Right away, I'm noticing deer shit on the edge of the field here, kind of in this grass. That's a good sign. I would imagine it's gonna get better as I go, but I don't know. The spot might have something. I cannot believe the deer sign on this piece. I figured there'd be some deer in here, but there is a lot of deer shit in here, a lot. I'm actually shocked I haven't found an antler yet. Unless it's just all does in here. There's just, this grass is just beat down. I'm kind of getting up towards the end where it's getting longer now, but I still got to go down the other side. But there's just holy shit. This isn't staged. I just spotted a giant buried in the grass. What is that? It's, I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's old, but it's buried in the grass, but there's a lot of antler there. Well, it's on the other side of this ditch. What I'm gonna do is keep working up to the end of it and then come back to it. But whatever that is, there's a lot going on. I think it's a match set laying next to each other, but it's hard to tell. It's buried in the grass. Whatever it is, it's big. I'm gonna keep working this side and I'll get it when I come back, but I think we just found a giant. That antler, or whatever it is back right at the end of kind of where those trees end on the other side. But I wanted to come up here, work this waterway that splits and goes up here, and then I'll jump. The fence is right up here. I'll come back and grab it. It's kind of killing me, not knowing what it is. A lot of it's buried in the grass, but it's either a really big antler with a bunch of trash, or it's a match set laying right next to each other, buried in the grass. So I seen main beam and brow tine, and I seen it looked like a crab claw on the end of it, but then it looked like another tine kicking out. So I don't know if it was an extra or if it's the other antler laying there. But I want to cover the rest of this before I get to it, just because it makes more sense than jumping the creek. But I'm really surprised I haven't picked up a fresh one in here, because there's a lot of deer sign. Kind of wish I went to spotted that, because that's all I can think about right now. Alright, I'm gonna keep working up through here, see if we can get anything else. But eventually, we are gonna be picking up an antler here. So stick with me. I think it's good. I just shut the camera off. I was getting up close to the end of this waterway and I just found one. Another old one buried in the grass. Let's grab it. Sort of 4-point. Been there for a while. We're on the board for the afternoon. I haven't picked an antler up since 10 o'clock this morning. I've been walking most of the day, but gonna keep moving here, running out of daylight. Still got more ground to cover and gotta go pick up the mystery antler. All right, we just got to it. I was standing right over there on that bank and I spotted it across. It's laying right here. Let's check her out. Only one antler, I think. See the brow, G2, G3, G4, a little crab. I seen that crab, I thought maybe it was another antler, but here we go. Oh my. What a beaut. Look at that sucker. Kick her off the 2, kick her off the 3, kicker that ain't scoreable off the back. What a sweet antler. The only thing that would have been cooler is finding it fresh, but I've never walked this piece before. That's why it pays to knock on doors and walk pieces that might not look that good. What a sweet, sweet antler. Man, it's been a long day today. I got the one this morning, and I picked up this guy just a little bit ago, and now I got this hammer. Probably gonna tape the biggest antler I found all year. But I got a little bit of ground yet to cover and a little bit of daylight, so I'm gonna keep moving. Hopefully we can find some more. Well, that's gonna be a wrap on today. Ended the day on a high note. Knocked on the door, got permission on a silly looking piece. Covered it in less than an hour. And 2 antlers, one of them's a toad. Obviously they're both old. I don't care. I love every antler. This thing's a beast. Can't believe it. Walk all damn day. Don't hardly find anything, and then you pick up something like that. That's what keeps you going. But that's gonna be a wrap here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the shed hunting. I'm gonna be back out again tomorrow. It's supposed to be cloudy all day tomorrow, so I got a couple spots I've been saving for a cloudy day. Just so I can hit them once and be done and feel good about it. So that's the plan. Gonna head back and get some rest tonight. And tomorrow's gonna be a long day of walking. Hopefully we can stack some up.